Okay, let's talk about physical changes, class. What are physical changes? Do you have any idea when you listen this question? What are physical changes? What comes to your mind when you listen? What are physical changes, class?
Que cambia el
In my
físico.
mind, I imagine
Hello, me.
Do you think that it can change the physical appearance of something?
la cara de la persona, a physical change, I think.
Okay, you think that it changed the face of the person, a physical change?
Yeah.
Okay, that comes to your mind. Okay, what else? What else comes to your mind when you listen? What are physical changes?
The body, the physical
Body,
change.
the changes of the body. Okay, now one question for you. Do you think that I have a physical, remember that we are matter. We are an example of matter also. That's right. Now, do you think that if I cut my hair, it's a long hair, and I cut it, that is a physical change?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
If I cut it, yes. Because it's still hair, right? Even though I cut my hair, I still have hair. No lump. Just it changed the shape of the size, sorry, the size of the hair, but it's still hair. So it's a physical change. Yes, it is. It's a physical change. So now let's talk about.
We are the babies and we are adults.
That's right. So physical changes. Let's copy this in the notebook. What are physical changes? It says physical changes in matter. It's changes in shape, size, color, or state of matter. Some examples of physical changes. Copy just what is here. Here on this rectangle, the yellow rectangle. Physical changes, it says a change in the matter that change physical properties, but doesn't produce a different kind of matter. So in other words, it's the change of the shape. For example, I can have it in one shape and then in another shape, but it's still the same matter. It's the same object. It's the same thing. So it's still the same matter. The size, as I was telling you, that if you cut the hair, if you broke a pencil, you have a pencil and you broke it, it's going to be a broken pencil. It's still a pencil, even though you broke it into two pieces. A change of color, yes, also. If you're painting your house, for example, you have the wall and you say, I don't want to have the same color. I'm going to paint in our color, in orange, for example. So you change the color, but it's still the same wall. Even though you have in another color the wall, it's the same wall. So there is just a change in color. It's a physical change, just that. Or a state of matter, it says. It can be solid and then become liquid. It can be liquid and then become solid. So it's a change of state of matter, but it's still the same. So let's copy this. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to copy this. 3 minutes.
I finished.
Okay.
Please copy the physical change and in matter.
Yes, copy this.
No, physical change in matter.
Yes, because that is the title, that is a subtitle. So physical changes in
What
matter.
is a physical change? Okay. Physical change. Physically.
Do you think that if you change the color of your hair, it's a physical change? If you change the color of your hair?
Yes.
If you decide,
Yes.
okay, I want to have a blue. My hair is going to be blue now. It's a physical change?
Yes.
Yeah, this is still a physical change. You just change the color. You still have the same hair. You don't change your hair and now you change using a different wig. No, it's the same hair, just the color change. So it's a physical change. Who wants to give me another example that you might think that it's a physical change? Think about examples.
Podemos cambiar nuestro
We can change what?
Los dientes. The tooth.
What happened with them? You can change the color.
No, la barba. Mejor dicho, la barbilla.
What happened? Oh, okay, you can cut.
La podemos pintar.
Okay, the mustache. Okay, the burr. Yes, it's a physical change. The person, imagine that the person has a mustache and also it has a burr and it cut it, it's going to look different. So it's a physical change, yes. It's still the same person, just with
change. I think that
Las mujeres pueden
you
pintar
don't
las
have glasses and you have glasses. Lentes.
glasses, if you're wearing sunglasses.
Lentes.
lentes.
The sunglasses.
If you don't have glasses and one person that has glasses is a physical change, I think.
Okay, that is a physical, it's not a physical change. Yeah, it's a physical change. When we talk about it's one object that you have one thing, one matter, one example matter, you change the shape, the size of the color, for example. But if you put the glasses, the sunglasses, and then you put it away, it might look different. Yes, it might look different, the person, but there is no physical change there. But if you cut your hair, yes, if there is a physical change there. But also there is a physical change because you cut it. You cut it. Now, let's go to next slide. Too much time for copying these physical changes of this. We have another information. Do not copy this. We have healing and cooling matter. So let's see. Alberto, help me to read this slide, Alberto.
Healing and cooling matter in certain temperature causes matter to change state. When the temperature of a solid rises enough, it melts steel, rocks, glass, plastic, water, and ice. All these things melt when they reach certain temperature.
Okay, thank you so much, Alberto. Healing and cooling matter, it says. This is an example of physical changes. It's describing you. It's steel, rock, glass, plastic, water, and ice. All the things melt. If you have, for example, a cone, if you are eating ice cream and it melts, the ice cream melts, there is a physical change there. The ice cream, it's melting. It's from solid to liquid, so it's melting to liquid, but it's still the same. It's still the same ice cream, right? So it's just an example. Who wants to give me another example?
I don't understand what examples.
Other examples. For example, what happened if you have, let's see, an ice cube? An ice cube. Do you know what is an ice cube, right? Or these things that when you are cooking and you have a lot of ice cube and you put it on the refrigerator and they're going to be solid, right? They're going to be solid. But what happened if you put it away, this ice cube?
It's liquid.
It's going to be liquid, right? It's going to melt.
It's gonna be.
Yeah,
An
it's going
ice
to
cream.
melt. An ice cream, if you have it in the refrigerator and the freezer, it's going to be solid. It's going to be ice. But then if you put it away, it's going to melt. And it's the same. It's the same ice cream, but it's just the change isn't physical. So what happened if you put again one more time the ice cream on the freezer? It's going to be solid one
It's
more time. Khaled,
solid.
tell me.
And es lo mismo del agua. The water is, solo es que viceversa. Is first is liquid and then put in the freezer is solid.
Excellent. That's right, Khaled. That's happened also with water. Okay, let's go to see some examples here. Take a look at the examples. Who wants to describe these examples?
The pencil is broken.
The ice cream está derretido. I don't know how to say in English.
Okay, the ice cream is melting. That's right. It's melting.
The wall of
The bread is cut. The bread is
Okay. Okay, number one, a pencil. Let's see the pencil. What happened? If you have a pencil and you broke it into the pencil, okay, it's broken, but it's still a pencil or not?
yes.
Yes, it's still a pencil. There is just a physical appearance. There is just a physical appearance. Have you ever broke a pencil just to give one half to your classmate, to your friend that it doesn't have a pencil? Yes, right. You have one part and your classmate has another part. So, but it's still a pencil. You can still use it. So it's a still pencil. It's the same object, but the change it's physical. It's physical change. Now, what about the ice cube? This is an ice cube.
outside?
It's solid. But if it is outside of the refrigerator, it's going to be liquid then, right? It's a physical appearance, but this is still water. It's water, even though it's on the refrigerator, it's water.
So it's still
It's solid.
It's not off.
Freeze.
Solid.
If it is off, outside,
Yes,
it's going to be water. It's just a physical
Yes.
change. What about the chocolate? What happened with the chocolate, class?
It's melted.
It's melting, that's
Melted.
right. What happened when you have a Snicker, a Milky Way, I don't know, other chocolate that you like to eat?
It melts.
It melts when it's a hot day, right? So what happened if you put it on the refrigerator?
We solid. Solid
It's
again.
solid
Solid
again. So you can eat it if you want it solid or if you want it melted. So it's the same chocolate, just that it's a
Solid,
physical
pero
change.
duro.
Now, what about the pop cycle? What happened with the pop cycle?
It's melted.
It's melting also, yes. So it's the same. If you put it in a refrigerator, it's going just a physical change. What about the bread? If you cut it into small pieces, it's a still bread, right? It doesn't change. Es el mismo pan, just you cut it. So it's a physical change, just a physical change. If anything change in the bread. And what about the wall? As the example I was telling you, you just change the color, but it's the same wall. It's the same wall. It's the same object that you have.
Physical change.
It's a physical change, just the color it changed, the color. The size, in this case, it's the size, and it is the state of matter. It's melting, it can be freezing, melting, or boiling, and also this is a physical change of the side. Now let's copy this. Copy this in your notebook. Melting point, boiling point, and freezing point. What is the melting point? It's the temperature at a given matter changes from a solid to liquid. So when you have a solid, for example, the ice cube we were talking about, it was solid in the freezer. But if you put it away in 1 hour, 2 hours, it's going to be liquid. So it's melting. It's melting this ice cube, it's melting this chocolate, this pop cycle, or whatever.
1, 2 hours. 5 minutes is melting.
5 minutes is enough. Okay, 5 minutes. Boiling point. What about boiling point? It's the temperature at which matter changes from liquid to gas. So boiling, when you are using this stuff and you put water because it's too cold today, you don't want to use cold water to take a shower, so you boil the water, so it's, and you forgot that water that it's on the stove, so it's from liquid to gas, it's boiling. And the last definition is the freezing point. What is the freezing point? It's when the matter changes from liquid to solid. So you have water and then you put it on the on the freezer, so it's going to freeze. It's going to become solid. It's going to become an ice cube. So this is the words that we use. Freezing, boiling, and melting point. You have 3 minutes, 4 minutes to copy this. So I'm going to take the attendance while you're copying this in your notebook. Let's see, Ana, Andrea, Camila.
Present.
Okay, let's see, Gabriela, Isabela, Kiara.
Present.
Present.
Okay. Lucia, Mia, and Rebecca.
Present.
Okay. Rosa, Valerie, and Sian.
Present. Present.
Excellent. Okay, let's see, boys, Alberto, Danny, and Fernando.
Present.
Present.
I finished, Miss.
Okay. Hermes, Joshua, and Khaled.
Present.
Mhm.
Present.
Marcelo, Santiago, Chavez, is Santiago Hernandez.
Present.
Santiago Hernandez. Okay, Santiago Chavez, Santiago Hernandez. No, here. Gabriela, you have any question, Gabriela?
No, sorry.
Okay, you forgot to put down your hand. Sian, you finished?
finished.
Okay.
Me, I don't finish.
Okay, you have time. You have 2 minutes more to copy.
The temperature at which matter change for from liquid to gas. Ay,
So don't forget the physical changes. There is not a change in the matter, just it's a physical. It can change the color, it can change the size, it can be a big object and then it becomes a small object, but it's the same object. It's the same like the bread. If you cut it, it's the same bread, just what it changed is the size of the bread. Or it can be at the state of matter. It can be solid to liquid, liquid to gas, or liquid to a solid. So there is a change of this states of matter, but it's the same object, it's the same matter. Just if you put it one more time on the refrigerator, for example, the liquid, so it's going to become solid or vice versa. So we need to take care of this because tomorrow we're going to learn about chemical changes. It's something different. It's related, but it's chemical. Now, this is physical changes, don't forget. Now we're going to watch a video. We have a video.
Wait.
Finished? No, you haven't finished.
Miss only copy this today in science.
It's science. Yes, we're not going to copy more, just this information.
And then ven, joder, están. No, ven. Veamos librito. Y a sacar el de
Finish.
Finished? Finished class? Just Gabriela was missing? Yes?
No.
No,
Yes.
Joshua?
Finish.
Joshua, it's missing.
I finished.
10 seconds, Joshua, 10 seconds.
1,
I finished, Miss.
2,
Okay, Isabella.
10, 9,
Finish,
Hey.
Joshua.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And 0. Okay, thank you, Kale, for helping me count. So let's go to the next slide. We're going to watch a video. Don't forget that we're talking about just physical changes. Okay, pay attention to the video. Pay attention to the video because then I'm going to ask you some questions. Question about this. So some question about this. I'm going to show you the question so you can pay attention to the video because we're going to answer these questions then. 4 physical changes that can happen to a material, and how does healing and cooling cause a change in matter? So those are the questions that we're going to answer by watching the video. So I'm going to open the video here and you're going to pay attention to the video.
Of matter and how to conduct experiments. Now that we know about the different states of matter and how to conduct experiments, let's look at the different types of changes that occur in chemistry. And in everyday lives, then it is possible that a chemical change has taken place. We will look at that in the next lesson.
Okay, comments about the video class, about physical changes. What do you understand in this video?
That the physical changes can be reversible.
It can be reversible, that's right. What else? So it can be reversible. It mentions one example of the video that from the water, what happened if the water it's mixed with the sugar. So it can evaporate the water, but there is still the sugar there. So it's reversible. The actions that we do with this physical changes, it can be reversible. It's not going to stay in the same way. For example, if you put again on the freeze, we can freeze the water, we can freeze something, or we can melt it. So that's why it's considered reversible. Now, here are some examples that it was mentioned, this boy here, some examples of physical changes. It's freezing, boiling, melting, and condensation, the same that you copy in your notebook. So there are these 4 physical changes of examples of a matter, of an object. Now, let me stop sharing. I'm going to share the presentation one more time. And you are going to tell me the 4 physical changes that causes a material. Answer number 1. What are the 4 physical changes?
Condensation,
freezing, boiling is missing 1. Melting, that's right. Now, how does healing and cooling causes the changes in matter, class? Healing and cooling. It can cause us physical changes. It can cause physical changes, that's right. Now, we're going to stop here, but do not disconnect, please. We're going to stop here. Remember that you have one homework.